Lil Skies has quickly become one of the most popular young artists in the game, with millions of followers and hundreds of millions of streams. And while he isn't overly flashy with his money and doesn't flex too hard for the gram, that doesn't mean that he never spends any of it. He recently bought a white Mercedes S-Class coupe, which will run you around $125,000. Skies got a new watch, and it's not a stopwatch either. It's a niced out rollie, which go anywhere between 30 and 100K, and with a lot to smile about these days, he got some diamonds for his teeth. He also bought his dad a new house for his birthday to thank him for believing in him for so many years. Lil Skies' father was a rapper by the name of Dark Skies, and he almost died tragically in a chemical explosion when Skies was just a kid. So to see him make it through all of that and finally be able to reward him with a house, well, that's gotta be a good feeling. I guess the clouds have passed, so he can probably change his name from Dark Skies to Brighter Skies. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Skies has a net worth of around $3 million, but all of the success didn't happen overnight. Lil Skies has actually been rapping since the age of 3 and has been posting his music online for over a decade now, shooting music videos, doing shows, passing out mixtapes in the hallway of his schools. And to fund his music, he would work at McDonald's. But he's come a long way from serving burgers. In fact, all he does is serve up straight hits today. So in this video, we're gonna go through the financial come up of Pennsylvania's finest, Lil Skies. What's going on, good people in the comments section? Shout out to everybody watching on a balcony, in their backyard, in their room with headphones on, outside of their school, waiting for a ride, and of course, to those people on the toilet. I hope you're having one heck of a day. My name is Jeremy Hecht here for you today, covering Lil Skies here on The Rich Life. If you're new here and you're wondering who I am, I'm the LA host for this channel, here to help out with content, and if you're familiar, welcome back. You know that we've recently covered Wiz Khalifa and Kim K for this series, and I just did an updated version of Lil Skies before they were famous, and you guys were requesting that we do a Rich Life on him too, so here it is. But before we start, I have a question for you guys. What was Skies' first watch as a kid before upgrading to the Rolex? Stick around until the end of the video to find out. All right, I'll see you guys after the intro. Let's go! Hi again. Since I just made a fully updated version on his bio the other day, for those of you who didn't get a chance to see it, let's roll a clip from that so you can get to know Skies a little better. If you already watched that part, skip ahead about a minute or a minute and a half. Lil Skies was born Demetrius Foos on August 4th, 1998 in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. But in the 3rd grade, their family moved down to Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. Waynesboro is a manufacturing-based city with a population of close to 11,000 people that is 90% white, according to the 2010 census. Skies stated that it's basically a redneck town, and while not many have exceeded their circumstances from his new hometown, he felt that if somebody had to be the first, why shouldn't it be him? Although his parents divorced at an early age, his stepfather became a huge influence in his life. But his biological father was actually a rapper himself and is the man who inspired Skies to start spitting bars at the age of only 3, and by 4, he was rapping in the booth. He recorded his first song ever at Quattro Studios in Hagerstown, Maryland, when he was just 4 years old, telling Elevator Meg, "So yeah, I've been doing this shit my whole life, literally. People think I came up overnight? Hell nah. This shit one hell of a journey."
Paul Mason, did he introduce you at age 4 to a Jay-Z beat?
Yeah. Shout out to, that's like my uncle. Shout out to him.
His dad bought him a boombox from a flea market in Baltimore, and he would plug in a little mic and rap into the mirror to rehearse his live shows, even when he didn't have any audience but himself. His dad's rap name was Dark Skies, which inspired his son's rap moniker. Apparently his pops was quite the ladies' man, and all the girls he would hang around would call his kid Lil Skies. So young Demetrius, he ran with it. All right, so let's get into how Lil Skies makes his money. Skies is well known as a high-energy live performer. He's currently on a close to 20-city tour with Lil Pump, packing venues between 2,500 and 3,000 kids. And at an average of $30 per ticket, they could be making close to 100K per show combined. Now, that would be split 2 ways, with a heavier side going to Pump, but even if you assume he's making 40K per show, times that by 20, and that's not a bad tour run at all, raking in close to $1 million for 20 shows. Plus, all of his festival shows, playing at Rolling Loud multiple times, making approximately 3 to 7.5K according to Billboard per appearance on a stage as a new act. He's getting to the bag. And that's better than some of the artists on the bill who actually pay to be a part of the festival. And let's not forget Skies' merchandise. Skies sells a lot of clothing through his website and while he's on tour, but you'll have to wait for the next drop because his current collection is completely sold out. And Skies' streaming numbers are pretty insane too. On Spotify alone, his 3 biggest songs each have been streamed over 200 million times, and while many of his biggest videos were released through other channels like Elevator and Lyrical Lemonade, the videos on his own channel add up to close to 400 million views combined, so his streaming checks are probably pretty lucrative. So let's get into what he's spending all of that money on. Well, honestly, compared to a lot of other rappers, Skies is pretty modest with at least how much of his wealth he shares online with fans. But that doesn't mean that he's not buying anything with it. He has a pretty nice collection of jewelry, including these chains from Icebox, and on their website, chains run anywhere between $200 and $5 grand, so if he has a few of those, it'll cost at least a few racks, not to mention the bracelets that are hard to miss on his wrist.
Wrist, dancing.
While crowd surfing once, Skies lost one of his pendants, but a fan gave it back to him. That's a good fan. And Skies paid forward the good karma to another young fan by giving him a chain off of his neck at one of his shows. And Skies' gratitude for where he's at now shows because he bought a lyrical lemonade chain for Cole Bennett to thank him for all the work that he's done to help Skies get him to where he is today. Skies went from rocking a fake G-Shock watch that his dad bought for him at a Baltimore flea market to wearing a busted down Rolex. That is what I call a come up. That G-Shock was his first watch as a kid, and there's the answer to the question from the beginning of the video. One of my first watches was a white G-Shock that lit up, and my latest watch cost me $5 at a flea market too, so I'm still waiting on the come up. In fact, that might have been a come down. Most likely his most expensive purchase to date is his Mercedes S-Class Coupe, which will run you around $125,000, but at least he gets some good Instagram videos out of it where he's rapping in the whip. We can't forget about all of the tattoos that Skies has all over his body. At minimum, a tattoo usually runs you back around $100, so with that many, he's probably spent a good paycheck or two on ink. And while he may be completely tatted up today, his first tattoo ever was for his friend Shaq, who got sick and told him the words, "Tomorrow is another day, but it's not promised." From there, he got the big rose on the side of his face in honor of his project, Life of a Dark Rose.
I like getting tats for real. Recently, I've got some more crazier ones, and like, yeah, they hurt. They hurt for sure, but.
And he later got a face tat under his eye that means cold heart in Japanese. Hopefully, it actually means that and not something random like Ariana Grande's latest tattoo. I love Ariana, but that was funny. I also love barbecue, so maybe it turned out better for her. Originally, Skies wanted a Thug Life tattoo, but instead got Skies tatted on his stomach. Besides tattoos and cars, he does spend some money on clothes, dropping 2 racks at the Balenciaga store.
Hey Skies, how much you just spend, boy?
2 bands.
2 bands.
Call me Young Band.
And here he can be spotted sporting a classic all-white crisp pair of Air Force Ones, which actually only run you back about $100 per pair, but I've got to think he has multiple pairs or at least some really good shoe cleaner. And I can't forget to mention that Lil Skies bought his father a house for his birthday. That's a good son. Oh, and of course, his absolutely adorable puppy who probably needs dog food, toys, and grooming, so he's got to spend a little bit of money on that. But like I said in his Before They Were Famous video, Skies has been struggling with mental health issues and has been dealing with depression. And once again, he proves to be an example that money doesn't equal happiness. So I wish Skies and his family nothing but the best, including more success and internal peace. But that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below who we should cover next. Dream good, live better, and Dream good, live better. I hope you have one heck of a day. And I'll see you in the next video. I was just thinking of what else I should say at the end, but oh, and follow me on Instagram. It'll be down below and link down below. All right, I'm gonna get out.